Hello, in today's video I'm going to show you how to make delightful dandelion shortbread. It's a super simple, fun, easy, and delicious recipe and perfect for spring with all these dandelions around us. Welcome! If you've been here before, you notice this looks a little bit different. This channel is now Making with Mouse. It was my boyfriend's idea and I loved it, so this is the channel now. Anyways, I was walking with my neighbor when I noticed all of these beautiful dandelions all around where we live, and it just dawned on me to do a little bit of research on dandelions. I don't know why, I just was inspired to, and I found out the whole plant was edible. I'm sorry if everyone knew that, I did not, but you can make dandelion coffee from the roots, dandelion tea from the petals, and dandelion shortbread, which is what I'm going to show you today. To the left here are all the ingredients you will need. It's just like your traditional shortbread cookie recipe, but this time it's got a little bit of a spring touch to it. So for making the batter, you're going to start off with room temperature butter. If you've made shortbread cookies before, you know it's very important that you start off with a soft butter. If you're like me and you forget until it's too late to put your butter out, you can always zap it in the microwave for 10 seconds. Just make sure you rotate it so that it melts evenly. Alright, I'm going to add in my sugar. One thing I want to note about foraging for the dandelions is that you want to make sure you kind of jump around. You don't want to take them all from the same area, and you want to make sure you wash them very thoroughly. You just never know. And like I said, the whole plant is edible, but for this recipe you want to do your best to only pull out the petals. The green can add a little bit of a bitterness, and so you just want to do your best to remove it. It is safe though to eat it, so just keep that in mind. Alright, so once you've added it to your mix, you want to just then also add in your flour very slowly. That's what's going to give you the best incorporation. But yeah, the other thing I found out in my research is that the name originates from France, and it's Dandelion, which means lion's tooth, which if you look at the green petals of a dandelion, the silhouette resembles the shape of lion's teeth, which I just love. I also found out that they're the only flower that represents all three celestial bodies. So when the dandelion is in its yellow flower form, that represents the sun, and when the flower is in its kind of white seed mode, that represents the moon. And when those seeds float away, that represents the stars. I just love it. It's such a poetic flower, and I just did not realize how gorgeous it was. And I think it's now one of my favorite flowers. So here I'm using this cookie mold, but you don't have to use this. You can also use just your hands and you can press out little discs. Just make sure you flatten the cookies before baking so that they bake nice and evenly. And the little trick is I just use the wrapper of the butter to make it non-stick. This pan, I've had it for a while, but I've actually never used it successfully. Every time I've demolded it, it's always cracked the cookies, but today was the first time it actually came out flawlessly, so I'm really happy about that. You're just going to pack it in if you are using a mold like me, and I'm just going to go in with a fork to prinkle all of the little bits so that it bakes evenly. Like I said, you don't have to use a mold. You can also just make little balls and press them before popping them in the oven. You're going to bake this at 325 for 20 to 25 minutes, and it's very important that once it's fully baked, you want to let it cool. Notice how my edges are just a little bit golden. That's the perfect look that you want for these cookies. You just want them a little bit golden. And voila, I'm so happy it came out perfectly. It's so delicious and cute. And here's a little spring detour. So my neighbor and I also walked around the gardens where we lived, and we found all these beautiful flowers. And yeah, I hope this video inspires you to look at all the nature around you, because who knows, you might be able to make shortbread with it. But anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!